Hey, 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 here we are. Here we are. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Hello, peoples. Happy, happy, happy. Happy SoulFire Sunday. Here we are. SoulFire Sunday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood at that. How many people here know it was a beautiful day in the neighborhood? How many people out there had a great day in the neighborhood? Hmm? That's a good question, isn't it? Exactly. Exactly. So, how are you people doing? Great day, eh? Oh, what did the report come? Oh, hey, I got to go live here. All right, now we are live everywhere. Happy everywhere. I'm recording. Everything's working. Finally, finally, everything is working. Give or take. You know, that's the challenge that we have. Finally, everything's working. So, oh, come on. What is this alert? What do we got here now? Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to bother doing that. I'm just going to move you up over there, and I'll read you after I'm done, unless, of course, you blow up. If you blow up, well then, well, that's a whole other story altogether, isn't it then, huh? So, today we're not going to motivate anybody. Nope, no motivation. We're going to align you. See, I woke up this morning, and the morning, what do you want to call it? My AI that does the morning quotes and lets me know that what the quote is for the day. I guess it ran out of the quotes I prepared. And so therefore it made something up. And instead of being actual intelligible words, I mean, some of the words were actually intelligible, but the last word was ASSSS. What? Yep. In all essence, my AI cussed at me. And thankfully, that the second AI that I have running that monitors her stopped it from posting everywhere. Otherwise, I would have posted on everything automatically. Blah, 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 ASSSS. Ah, well, huh? So, yeah, we're going to align things a little bit better here because that's kind of what I spent all day on is aligning things, getting things proper and so on. And so, you know what I'm going to try and say is your purpose isn't stuck. Your purpose isn't silent either, and neither is it small. It's just basically waiting. Yep. Just waiting. Waiting for you to grow. Yeah. Waiting for you to grow. Because, see, you know, what is up? Sorry, I'm trying to charge my phone at the same time here. There we go. All right. Anyways, so my thing is that, hi Beth, there have been times in our lives when sometimes life demands more than what we can give. Say that 5 times fast, right? No, seriously, all kidding aside, there are times, I mean, there are moments that you can realize that you get, hey, Alicia, that you get so tied up in stuff around you that life is demanding more of you than what you can handle. At least it feels like that. But what it is life is at that point telling you that you're not behind and you're not failing and you're not being overlooked by something, but you're being prepared. You're being stretched. You're being developed. See, I'm sure we've all played with rubber bands before. We take a rubber band and we try to, and if you lay it there on a table, it's just going to sit there, a nice little rubber band thingy. That's it. No big deal, right? But if you let it sit there for a couple days or weeks or months, what's going to happen to it? It's going to eventually get dried out, crack, and be useless because it's not ever being used. But if you take that rubber band and every now and then stretch it out, stretch it back, stretch out, stretch it back, that rubber band's going to last a lot longer than just sitting there on that table. Why? Because you're stretching it. You're making it grow and you're making it shrink and making it grow and making it shrink. That's how we are. We are like rubber bands in essence. We're not made to just sit there. We're made to try and stretch. We're made to be developed. We're made to try and deal with the storms in our life, the challenges, the ups and the downs. You can't have one without the other. I mean, nothing goes up without it coming down. You know, and after my house fire, when I decided to try and go after and start building the computer store and focusing on that, between the business and all the stress and the chaos and the confusion and the depression, we'll add that depression there because we all suffer from depression one point or another. That depression, I'll be honest, there are days I was like, I can't believe I'm still going. There are days that I still sometimes feel that way. But you know what? You're not behind. You're just being prepared for something better. You're not failing. You're being stretched. You're being pulled apart like that rubber band is. Just pulling all the way apart just to grow, to fit around whatever it is that life is challenging you at. And trust me, I'm going to be honest to God, truthful here. All right? When you are on the right path where you're supposed to be going, life is going to get harder. It's like life looks at you and says, whoa, 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 wait, he's getting his dreams. He's getting close to his goals. He's doing it. Let's give him some challenge. And you know what? That's how life acts. Because of the fact that life wants to see you succeed. Life wants to see you be the person that can handle your dreams that you want, the goals that you want, the purpose that you have. Because see, it's a challenge. It's a challenge raising teenagers on my own. It's a challenge building a communications company from basically an office supply store. I mean, the building I bought had more toner cartridges and dried out ink. Oh, what are they called? Dot matrix printer wheels than it had computer parts. And so from that, I built a nationwide security camera business. It took me 26 years, but here I am. And you know what? Back in '94, when I was in Amway, I was standing on stages back then thinking, you know what? You're not good enough for this. You don't have an experience for this. You don't look good enough to be a professional speaker up on stage. And you know what I found out? July 4th? I was a phenomenal speaker on stage. That's what I found out. I found out that I found out I got to buy some new clothing because it looks like I'm wearing a ninja suit. But I found out that I'm a phenomenal speaker on stage. Yeah, and these are things I've dreamed of. And so it takes time to go from survival mode to your assignment mode. From standing on stages in 1994 trying to sell soap on a rope to standing on a TEDx stage July 4th, 2026, telling people that they can have their dreams as long as they're willing to try and stand up and go for them. It's a big thing. See, every one of you has a moment where life has whispered to you, it's time to grow or stay stuck forever. And as I was talking about last night, comfort is the killer of your dreams. Because when you're comfortable, you don't lack the motivation to try and try something new. You don't lack you lack the motivation to attempt something new, to attempt something better, because you're just comfortable. Yeah, eh. Oh wait, what's that word? The one word that everybody uses lately. Meh. Meh. What the heck? Meh. Yeah, I'll give you meh. Well, that's lazy. Comfort's all fine and dandy, but you know what? You've got a casket waiting for you that one day you're going to be in, and that's going to be pretty comfortable. So comfortable, you're going to sleep for a very long time. So might as well not be comfortable now and go after the things that you dream of. Go after the things that are inside your heart that are calling to you saying, let me out. Because you know what? Your purpose doesn't grow in comfort. You're never going to get your dreams sitting there on the couch doing nothing. You got to do something. Because your purpose grows when capacity. Capacity isn't something that you're going to do something differently. You got to break those old patterns. Thanks, love bug. You got to break those old patterns. You got to build new habits, including building up that courage to try something new, including building up that courage to step out of your comfort zone, including building up that courage to tackle the new seasons that are coming towards you. How many people here love summer? I actually hate summer. It's too hot. I actually prefer fall myself because it's nice during the day and it's chilly at night. You got the pretty leaves on a tree that are like super colors. You got every color in the rainbow from deep dark brown to deep dark red to green. It's pretty. You got apple cider, you got pumpkins, you got that time of the season. It's amazing. But you know what? It would really suck if it was fall year round all the time. Summer and spring. Summer and spring is pretty good. Yeah, Alicia. Summer. I mean, I shouldn't say I hate summer. I don't like summer because it's too hot. Now, where I'm at now, if you send me someplace like Canada, where summer is going to be like 70 degrees, well, hey, no problem there. I can deal with 70 degrees. I love 70 degrees. In fact, my office is at 70 degrees right now. You know, and but what I'm getting at is that if everything was the same all the time, we would get really bored with it. Nothing would change. We wouldn't be able to handle the little changes that come at us. Yeah, storms suck. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, rainstorms suck. Thunderstorms suck. Tornadoes suck. I mean, they really do suck. So do hurricanes. They suck too. But you know, I've got 2 vacuum cleaners. One is for sale on Facebook. That sucks too. Ah, bad jokes. I know. but you know, the thing is though, is that if our life was just hunky dory all the time, 1, it'd be boring. 2, it'd be so similar that we would utterly probably go entirely insane from the monotony. We would never. Now, see, I would take snow over rain, Alicia. I would take snow over rain because when there's snow on the ground, people know there's snow on the ground and they know it's going to be icy. Whereas with rain, you could have that black ice and you got the idiots out there that'll still drive on it like a fool. At least with the snow, you know there's going to be ice underneath that snow, and you just got to deal with the idiots anyways. But you know that's the only reason I prefer snow other than rain. But I do like rain. I like. I'll be honest. I don't like it. I love it. I love it. I love rain. Sitting on a porch, just listening it to come down and hit the roof and hear. And when I was at Boy Scout camp, we had a tin roof back then, and just listening to hit that tin, oh my God, oh, beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. You know, when I had the other building, we had a metal roof in the garage. And I'll be honest, I don't know how many times I'd sit in the garage with the garage door open, you know, with other people. We just sit there hanging out in the garage, listening to the rain, torrential downpour on that metal roof. Did we want that all the time? No. Sometimes we like the nice hot blasting sun that would try and, you know, cook our brains as we're outside working in on the outdoor cameras. I still like the snow. Somewhere on my Facebook, like 800 years ago, I got pictures of me out there climbing this big giant 10-foot snow mound that they put next to my building. You know, with the kids, of course. They were you know they were small. They were small. But you know what? By having the challenges in our life, and all the challenges, and
Where's my phone?
I don't know. You've had it all day. The missing phone. The point is with the challenges in our life, we would never try and have the different, be prepared for the different various other things that go on. So we'd never know. And the thing is people want bigger opportunities. People want bigger things for our lives, bigger goals, bigger anticipations. They want a nicer house. They want a nicer car. They want a nicer job. They want a nicer this, want a nicer that. But they don't want to prepare for it. And the way to prepare for it is by going through the struggles, overcoming the struggles, learning how to deal with the pain in the butts that happen all the time. Because like I said, when you are on the right path, life is going to come after you. And life is going to try and say, hey, you know what? You're doing great here. You're doing awesome. Time to try and give you some challenges. And challenge mode activated. And that's usually when people give up. That's when people give up. That's when people decide that, you know what, it's not worth it. Eh, I'm com I'm comfortable. Meh, I'm comfortable. And so they give up on their dreams. They give up on their goals. They give up on the things that they think that they want deep inside of themselves because they don't want to go through the extra effort. Sort of like the story about the hound dog on a porch. A salesman walking down the street. He sees a guy sitting on a porch and he starts talking to him. And meanwhile, there's a hound dog laying there on the porch, and every now and then he just picks up his head and goes, and the salesman's like, "What's wrong with the dog, man? Dude, what's wrong with the dog?" "Oh, he's just laying on a nail." "Well, why doesn't he get up and move?" "Because it doesn't hurt enough." And a lot of people are like that dog. They want something better, and they're willing to yell and scream and complain about not having it, but they're not willing to get up and move towards it. In all essence, they want the stage without the preparation. They want the titles without going to school. They want the house without actually doing the work to make the money. They want the blessings without the becoming. And so, where have you been asking for more while giving the same? Where has your purpose been waiting for on your growth? Because you know what? Your purpose is not a destination. You know, it's a living assignment. It grows as you grow. I mean, when we were kids, we all wanted the best Barbies or the best Star Wars toys or the best, whatever. Those were our dreams when we were kids. Or we wanted the really cool, fancy bike. Or we wanted the next, gaming system that's out there. And as we grow, our dreams change. See, it sucks growing up because when we were kids, a $5 Star Wars guy made me happy. I was tickled pink to get Yoda. Woo! I was tickled pink to have Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, action figures. They're dolls, by the way. But see, that's the thing. Boys didn't play with dolls. Boys played with action figures. A whole little marketing ploy, But when I turned 10, 11 years old and got involved in computers, I no longer wanted Star Wars toys. I wanted more computer stuff. And then when I got to be about 15, 16, I no longer wanted computer stuff. I wanted stereo stuff. Got to have a nice stereo. And when I turned 16, 17, I no longer wanted nice stereo stuff. I wanted nice car stuff. Now I got to, entertain the girls. And then once you have that car stuff, then you no longer want car stuff. You want radio stuff for the car. We kind of backtrack there, but you get what I'm saying. As we grow older, our dreams change and get bigger and bigger and bigger. They're still toys to all of us. But as we grow, so do our dreams. So does our purpose. Because you don't try and decide that, hey, my purpose is going to be this at 2 years old. It's a living assignment that you have to grow and change and manipulate and form and grow into it. Sort of like somebody doing a statue. Has anybody ever seen those guys that try and do the chainsaw statue things with the chainsaws? And like, well, the image is already there. I just help chew off the wood to get to it. Because we all have something, an image inside of us. We know what we want, but we don't really have all the little nicks and crevices on us that make us shine, that bring us out completely. So as you grow, your purpose grows. As your purpose expands, you expand. And unfortunately, like that log, sometimes you got to have some bits picked off of you. Sometimes you got to have some bits cut off of you. Sometimes you got to have some things sanded down, the rough edges sanded down and polished up. So like a diamond. Because you know what? It becomes undeniable when you become unshakable. Now, see, I never really thought I was actually ready for a stage until I was standing in back of that TEDx stage, all mic'd up, ready to go on, and David Power talks to me, telling me, "You've got this." That's when I realized that, you know what? I was ready. And some of you know you're ready, but until you walk out from behind the stage and step up onto the stage, you'll never do it. See, after David talked to me, I could have stayed back there and said, I'm not doing this. But it took that moment, that step of stepping out and stepping up onto that stage. It took the action. So if you feel that you're ready to write that book, then write the book. Don't talk about it. Start it. Paper, pencil, put together, write on there, make squiggly lines. It's not rocket science. Write the book. Go to school, back to school. If you were wanting to go back to school to get that degree, go back to school. Pick up that phone, call the local community college and say, "Hey, I'd like to find out information. How do I do this?" You want that better job? Go to your boss and say, "Hey, things are changing. How can I try and get a better position here? How can I make more money?" You'll never do it unless you ask. You'll never do it unless you take that step. Because you're not going to get into bigger rooms just because you want to. You got to get into those bigger rooms because you got to walk through the door. You got to unlock that door. You got to open that door. And that's the thing, is I'm actually giving you a key to it right now. Step up and just reach out and turn that doorknob and step into that room. You can do it. Because your purpose grows when your habits grow. And your habits grow when your consistency grows. And your consistency grows when your identity grows. When you break down the science of your identity on who you are and who you want to be, you will see that I want to be this. Okay, how am I going to get there? Then you break it down backwards. In order to be there, I have to this. Then I have to do this. Then I have to this. Then I have to this. And I guess I better get back to school. I guess I better try and start going to work. I guess I better start going to the gym. I guess I better start reading books. I guess I better start listening to something more motivational. I guess I better start trying and doing something for myself, 5 minutes at a time. Because people don't rise to their goals. They rise to their standards. They rise to their habits that they create. And then that purpose that you have, it is attracted to the person you're becoming. Because while I'm honest and saying that life, when you are on the right track of your goals and your dreams, life is going to come after you. But you know what else is going to come after? Your dreams, your goals. When you are on the right path towards your dreams and your goals, life is going to challenge you. But the thing is, though, is that your dreams or goals are there too. Your purpose will be there. It's attracted to the person that you are becoming. Because what standards do you need to raise for yourself? These are questions to ask yourself in the morning as you're standing there in front of the bathroom getting ready for work or school or whatever. What standards do you need to raise for yourself? What version of you does your purpose need next? Because our life is like putting together a model. It's like putting together a barbecue grill or a Lego set. You get a Lego set. Anybody here ever help kids with a Lego set? I mean, they're wow nowadays. You get a Lego set, you got a little book. Yeah, a book that tells you take this Lego and this Lego, put together. Next page. This Lego and this Lego, put together. Next page. This Lego, and this Lego, put together. That's how our life is. In order to try and have the full, complete Lego set, we got to take little tiny pieces and put them together. One step at a time, one page at a time. And so, what version of you does your purpose need next? What Lego block does your life need next to put together? Because this is the turning point. You need to stop asking for opportunities that you haven't prepared for yet. You need to stop asking for the blessings that you're not built for yet. You need to stop asking for those rooms to show up that you haven't even grown into, that you haven't even decided to reach out and touch the doorknob yet. And I'm not saying this as punishment, but as protection. Because your purpose protects you from rooms that would crush you. It's like playing a video game. On level 1, you trying to start playing out. You're not going to go and attack the level 99 boss right off the bat because you're done. You got to try and jump through the hoops. Get the skills. Get the armor. Get the swords. Get all the cool stuff. So that when you do get to the boss, you're prepared for it. So you've got to go through the small steps one at a time. You got to go through that chaos in order to get your clarity. Because you know what? You're not waiting on purpose. Your purpose is waiting on you. Waiting on you to step up. Waiting on you to build the habits. Waiting on you to grow. Waiting on you to become impossible to ignore. Because you know what? Tomorrow morning, I want you to say to yourself, standing in that bathroom mirror, as you're getting ready for work or school or whatever you're going to do in the morning, just stand there and say, I grow daily. I rise intentionally. My purpose grows because I do. Because you know what? Your purpose grows when you do. Because you have withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people seen. Now it's time to believe in yourself and win in a way that nobody can ignore. It's time to step up. Step out of this room. Go to the next level and make your next move your loudest one yet. Because I believe in you. You